What's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Banjo, the dog, coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballin' Show. Today's episode, Week 17, Thursday night player pause. Emphasis on the pause. I did that last week too. It's probably getting old already. But anyways, this is our start sit specifically for Thursday night football games. I cover the home team, which is the Tennessee Titans. Jason's covering the away team, which is his team, the Cowboys, this week. So he should do a pretty good job. If you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch that. He just released it yesterday. And if I could just ask for you guys to take 1 second, give us a quick thumbs up. That would be amazing. If you want to see more stuff like this, you can always subscribe. And that helps us out. Shout out to, I think we've gotten like 3 subscribers in the last 3 days. It does not give me the names for some reason, so I can't really shout out your specific name. But hey, thank you so much. Like, seriously, every single subscription is like, dude, a huge hit of dopamine to our brain. Oof. It's like, all this was worth it, even though, I mean, it is worth it. It's just fun between us 2 best friends acting like we're content creators. But hey, man, like, we actually do feel like we're content creators when we get a subscription. It's pretty sweet. So let's get into this. All right, I'm gonna do the preview, kind of set the game up. So the over and under is at 40. Tennessee getting 11 points. So Vegas thinks that this is going to be, like 14 to 25 or 26-14, some stupid thing like that. But pretty much that the Tennessee Titans are going to get dominated by the Cowboys. And that's because Malik Willis is starting again. And Malik Willis hasn't thrown for over 100 yards in each of his 3 starts. But the thing is, so let's see. The Cowboys are only allowing 20 points per game this season, which is 6th in the league. So the Cowboys defense has been good, but they have allowed 32 points per game over the last 3, which is 30th in the league. So over the last 3 games, they are almost last in the league as far as giving up points to their opponents. So that is kind of a big deal if, Malik Willis wasn't playing. But hey, guess what? He is. Tennessee is only scoring 18 points per game this year. That's 27th in the league. That's not good. And over the last 3, they've kept it going. They've only scored 17 points per game. So it's gone down a little bit. And you can ask yourself, like, dude, if Tennessee's going to do anything, it's going to be on the ground. It really is. So if you hear that, that is my dogs. I got a new microphone. We're going to hope that it works. I'm not going to I don't even know. I mean, I've done some tests, but this is the first time in my garage with it sitting right here. So hopefully you can hear me. I hope to myself, because otherwise I would have got to do this all over again, I think. But we'll see. And then Cowboys are allowing, okay, so yeah, the Tennessee Titans are going to have to rush the ball, right? The Cowboys are allowing 130 yards rushing per game this season, which is 22nd in the league. They've kept the pace going, allowing 131 yards per rushing over the last 3. So they are consistently allowing about 130 yards per game. They are consistently in the bottom part of the league defending against the run. So you can run it on the Cowboys. It's a fact. Thank God for the Tennessee Titans then. And then here you go. Tennessee averages 126 yards per game, rushing yards per game this season, which is 12th in the league. They have upped that to 150 yards per game over the last 3. Sorry, guys, I'm still sick. So Tennessee has been running the ball even more lately. Derrick Henry's had 3 good games in a row. That's got a big part of it. I think he's got, I'll talk about this in a minute, but he's got 3 games of over 100 yards. So we are looking for Tennessee to actually maybe get a couple, maybe a touchdown or 2 and some rushing yards against the Cowboys. They're not going to get much more than like 75 yards passing, but rushing is where it's going to be. So let's keep on going into this. Let's look at the injuries. Curse, the safety, is injured for the Cowboys. The Williams, the defensive end for the Cowboys, is injured. Vander Esch is out. And then Parsons has been limited, but it looks like he's going to play tonight. Sorry, I'm recording this a day early. And then Derrick Henry for the Titans, he has been injured. He's listed as doubtful on my app. And Mike Vrabel has not said anything about keeping him out. Apparently, this has no, as long as the Titans win next week, this game does not affect the standings. Like, if the Titans lose this game, apparently they're the same situation. Like, they have to win tomorrow. They have to win the final week anyways to make playoffs. So There's a lot of thought of them holding out Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry is adamant that he's going to do everything he can to play, and they have not ruled him out yet, and they haven't said anything about keeping him out. So I'm going to assume that he is playing here, okay? And if he plays, I'm all about him. But we're going to continue on. Cowboys have won 4 of the last 5. Tennessee has lost all of their last 5. Dude, like, Mike Vrabel's made playoffs like what, dude? Like, he always figures a way out to make it happen. It has not happened this year. They even fired the general manager. Malik Willis was hired by that drafted by that general manager. So I'm sure Malik Willis's confidence is shaken right now, and now he's got to go out there and play. This is not good for the Titans, man. Like, I would take the 11 points for the Cowboys, and I would bet some money, even though I don't. I live by an airport. I don't know if you can hear that. I apologize. So the weather, 55 degrees with 10-mile-an-hour winds and 9% chance of precip. So looking at that weather, that's not going to affect anything. That's actually pretty warm. 10 miles an hour is like nice. I'd rather have a slight breeze than just still. And then a 9% chance of precip. That's like, even if that pops up, it's not going to be game changing. So we're looking good as weather, even though you almost, for the Titans' sake, you almost wish it was just a super sloppy game. So let's get into the players. Malik Willis only managed to throw for 99 yards and 2 interceptions versus the 5th-ranked Houston defense last week. He did rush the ball 7 times for 43 yards and a touchdown. So you're hoping for a rushing touchdown if you start Malik Willis. But guess what, dude? Who's starting Malik Willis? Nobody. This is just for bets because nobody in the championship is starting Malik Willis. Nobody in the championship has Malik Willis rostered on a team. So this is just what we got to get through this, though, man. We got to get through this. The Cowboys rank 11th in the league against opposing fantasy quarterbacks this year. He had 1 fantasy point last time he started versus the Texans. So, yeah, dude, we're not doing that. Like I said, 3 starts, like under 100 yards throwing each time. Like, his floor is 1 point and his ceiling is like 9. So it's just not happening. So you're pausing on Malik Willis. Derrick Henry listed as questionable with the hip injury, but has been limited participant in practice. Vrabel has not indicated anything holding Henry out. Henry said he'll do whatever it takes to play. He has over 100 yards per game and a touchdown in each of his last 3 games. And, oh, man, sorry. Including runs of 48 and 50. And then, so, he's explosive, man. Like, he has been a drafted running back that has actually lived up to his, whatever I'm trying to say, ADP. So, if you got here with Derrick Henry on your team, you're probably pretty lucky. You drafted pretty well afterwards, but at the same time, you need him this week. And I would bank on, if he plays, dude, you're banking on him getting 100 yards and a touchdown, no problem this week. That's what I would bet. Like I said, there's probably going to be like 140 yards, rushing yards given up. And I would expect Derrick Henry to get at least 100 of those. Dontre Hilliard is on IR. That was this very capable backup. And now we just have like Hassan, what's his name? Crap. Hassan Haskins, maybe? And he just caught 3 passes last week. He didn't even run the ball. So Cowboys are 27th in the league versus the run, and as I mentioned above. So Derrick Henry, if he plays, man, you are smash playing him, and he's all they have. And you could run on the Cowboys. We're hoping for over 100 yards and a touchdown. If he plays, I bet he does. Don't bank on any pass catching, though, because Malik Willis is throwing the ball. And then here we go. Now we just go to some crap, man, some really bad crap. And it sucks because I love Treylon Burks. If Tannehill was playing, I would tell you you could start Treylon Burks. But guess what? Only 2 targets last week, plus he would need to catch every single pass that Malik Willis throws to be worth a start, for God's sakes. So, yeah, as far as every single pass-catching option on the Titans needs to catch every single pass that Malik Willis throws to be able to start this game. So, Treylon Burks, you're pausing. Robert Woods, same thing, 4 targets last week. That led the team, but you're pausing. Chigoziem Okonkwo, I mean, he was on the rise, right? 2 targets for 1 catch and 10 yards last week. Narp, you're pausing. The Tennessee defense has scored just 5 fantasy points versus the Houston offense last week, and then has 2 negative outings in the last 4 games. Dude, Vrabel. What is happening? What is happening? Vrabel. So, yeah, dude, like, Vrabel's teams are known for toughness and defense, and it is not really happening right now. So now, I mean, I just blazed through this, right? I mean, this is just not that much, but it is what it is, guys. Randy Bullock is the kicker here. He has not scored over 6 fantasy points in a game since week 7. Dallas is ranked 30th versus opposing fantasy kickers this year, though. So, I mean, if he was going to do well, it'd be against somebody like Dallas. But it's not going to happen, guys. So, Randy Bullock, I'm sorry, but I'm pausing on you too. So, you're looking at this game. I set it up for you. It's all I could really do, spending my time on, because you're not going to be starting Malik Willis, Treylon Burks, Robert Woods, Okonkwo, Tennessee's defense, or Randy Bullock. So you better hope. Titans better hope that Derrick Henry is healthy, because they need him more than any other week ever. But like I said, they've had it in the past. I was reading this article when standings didn't matter. They have kept Henry out. But man, I think that this is like a bad year for them. I think that they just need to keep their momentum going, or start some momentum for next year or anything, for their fans, for everything, for everybody's jobs. Let's just try to win this game. Put Derrick Henry in there, okay? So I'm going to check this volume on this. Hopefully it works, and I'll put this out, and I will get better with this microphone. I know you can't see it. Let's see. It's right here. It's called the Blue Yeti, and hopefully my voice sounds smooth as silk. But probably not. It's probably sounding like I was in an echo chamber the whole time, and I'm going to get super pissed. And then I'm so sick, I might just leave it. So, but this is quality control, man. Sorry, I keep on talking. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate this. If you're relying on this game, in the championship, I hope to God you got CD Lamb and Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, maybe even Dak Prescott, because they're going to score a lot of points. And then if you've got Derrick Henry, man, you are just like banking on a touchdown and opportunity, and that he does not get hurt. So his hip is hurt. If you've got Derrick Henry, it's like, I do believe he'll get 100 yards and a touchdown if he plays, but we need him to play and get through the entire game. All right, guys. Later.